guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's do another video. Welcome to. I haven't filmed one of these since I think maybe I can't remember the last time when did I film one of these? I filmed one in April. I don't know. I will say this year of reading has definitely been kind of like, because when I started reading, like when I started watching Book Talk and all of those other things, I used to, I, the, for the majority of Twilight, I think I started reading Book Talk books, started reading for, Book Talk in, 2021. I think I read the selection series by Kara Cass, and it slowly turned into, and I think last year I read 100, no, I read 98 books last year. The year before I read 111, which I will say, the last 6 of those books were less than 100 pages and were novellas. The year before I think I read 100, and this year I put my reading goal as 100. Well, I think at the beginning of this year I struggled with feeling pressured. I feel pressured that I had to read a certain amount of books a month, and that I wasn't letting myself read the books that I wanted to read and read the stuff that I felt like I needed to read. And I felt that way, and I kind of went crazy. Not crazy, but I was just so I changed my reading goal to 50, which I will say I didn't read a single book. Before last week, I hadn't read a single book since April 10th. Since April. I will say I have read. I finished my reread of the this.Today series. I read, but I just, and I will say this year I've been wholly focusing on working on and drafting my first book in my interconnected standalone series, hockey romance series, The Healing Breakers. The first book in that series, I started really and originally that was my plan until June. My deadline to finish that book was August 3rd. I'm currently filming. It's currently Wednesday, July 1st. So happy July. I originally, when school ended, I told myself that I was only going to work on Project Physical Touch the whole time. Work, write it. Well, I will say, I spent majority of June doing that. I spent probably 3 weeks of June doing that. I wrote, over, I think, between 3 weeks, I think I wrote over, 100,000 words. But I don't know. This is why I try not to have many plans, because I try not to have a set, because last week I decided that I wanted to. I will say I haven't wrote anything in almost a week, over a week. Maybe it's been even 2 weeks since then. Now it's just because last week I started my reading vlog, trying to finish every book, which you'll see that at a later date. That video will come out after this one. But yeah, I don't know. I think I will say I feel like the past week and a half has been great. I've been, it's been great. This is why I feel like everyone talks about when they're a writer and they're a reader. I think I was watching a live stream with Taylor and Joy and their author tubers on YouTube, and they were doing live. I was watching them doing writing spurts, doing whatever, and Taylor kind of said it the way that I feel, because I feel like everyone says that like they read to get more inspiration to write. Which I will say, I have realized the past couple weeks I've been reading, I have been like comparing my books that I'm like the book I'm currently writing, the next books in the series. Like I have been comparing them to every book I'm been reading. So I was like, I was like, I feel like she's like, I can't do both. I can't. I really just have to focus on one because if I try to do both at the same time, one will become just a back burner. Like I will say, reading was a back burner for a good amount of time. Like from April to June, like from a week ago, it was a back burner thing. I was writing just about every day, and now I'm just like writing's now the back burner thing because I've been reading for well a week straight, 2 weeks straight, kinda. I had a free week. I had a free day. Today I didn't read, but I'm just like, you know, so I have to focus on one or the other, and reading has been that focus for the past 2 weeks, and I felt guilty the past week because I haven't written. Like I maybe wrote 300 words yet. Like I think I wrote 190, like almost 200 words 2 days ago on the 29th, I think. And now it's July 1st, and technically, my first draft of my first book was supposed, like, I specifically stated that I was going to have it finished by August 3rd. Because that's when my mom and my dad go back to work. Well, if because I think I have 45 chapters, maybe even 46 to write in 32 days. So that means I have to write multiple chapters a day. And it sounded easier when I was already like writing pretty consistently, but these 2 weeks has definitely been a. So now I'm just like, oh, okay, like you know, I feel bad because I feel like I give myself the excuse that like, oh, you're not even a published writer, you're not even like published, you don't even have a deadline. This is just because that's my excuse. Like, and sometimes I have multiple excuses that makes me not write. And I think I feel bad about it, but I don't, but I do. And it makes just me feel like I have no discipline. I don't know. Like, I have 4 videos that I would like to film the next, well, probably until August. I go on a trip the 20th through the 23rd. I have my stepmom, I have like 5 or 6 birthdays in the month of July. So, like, it's gonna be a busy month, and knowing that, like, part of me really wants to be like disciplined and actually finish this draft by August 1st. I probably could if I really wanted to. I could probably like have enough. And I'm just like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna welcome to my rabbit vlog. Not really, but like I really just need it because I think it's hard for me because you know I don't know because I don't know I feel this way a lot during the summer. Like I feel like I have so much that I want to do, but I don't feel like I don't like. I make myself feel like I have not anything to do, so I go stir crazy, and I feel so alone. Like when it comes to that, and I'm just like, you know, it feels like, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I'm really just trying to persevere and just because my book is gonna be. I think I told you guys in a previous blog that right now it's I think outlining to be like 120 like 120 chapters because I've added some more chapters to it since I last updated you guys. Well, I haven't filmed the writing vlog since 2 weeks ago, but and I'm currently on chapter 78. Technically, you would think that would be good, so technically that would be 22. That would be 42 chapters in 32 days. So that meant I would probably have to write 2 chapters a day just to maybe finish by August 3rd. And like I have to carry in like I'm with my mom Sunday night. I have an appointment Monday, Monday morning, sometimes Monday, and so I probably won't write Monday, or I don't even know when I'll be back. I don't even know when I'll be back. Like I'm hoping Monday night, but it might be Tuesday, it might be Wednesday. You never know. So now I'm just like, okay, like so I had to count that in. There's days that I'm probably not gonna write a chapter, or not even finish a chapter, or maybe just write one chapter. And I feel like I get in this predicament so many times, and I've told myself originally I wanted to have this draft fun, but before I told myself I wanted this done by the end of May. Well, it slowly turned into wanting to finish it by the end of the school year. Well, that didn't happen until it eventually turned to the end of June. Well, here we are, 40 chapters still to go. Now, now it's been July 3rd, end of July, and I've even tried to get myself because I have that week before I have to go back to school from when teachers go back. So I'm planning to have that week. That's why I want to have Wednesday. I want it to be done by Wednesday, that Monday, August 3rd. So hopefully I can start. I can take that week off. I can work on something else, and hopefully start on September 3rd. Start draft 2. And I'm just like, you know, I really need to do what I said I'm gonna do because but yeah. So I've been talking for 12 minutes straight, and I haven't done anything that I said I was gonna do because I told myself, my my dad, my stepmom, my aunt, and my brother and sister, they have to go out at 12 something, and they won't be back until 3 or 4. So I'm gonna sit in the living room, and I told myself I wanted to do filmed by the time they leave, so hopefully I could edit it in there, and then I could read from my video while it's exporting. Because the video technically has to go up. Wait, what is this video? The video has to go back on Friday, I think. Like today's Wednesday, yeah. I think it comes out on the 3rd. I don't know. And then now I'm like, oh, I really need to do what I need to do and actually write the chapters I need to write. I need to do some writing sprints, guys. I need to do something. You know, and this is why I don't like talking about it, because the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, and the more that I talk myself out of it, and the more that I want to do it but not do it at the same time. And I'm really trying not to I think I was doing so well, and then I changed my mind so fast. I was like, you know, but because I need to figure my life out, guys. I need to. Because I really want to start feeling writing well now, but I'm like, I am. This is why I need 2 cameras, so I can have 2 videos at the same time, but have 2 videos, because I've ranted the past 10 minutes, 20 minutes on this vlog, and I know that Like, I already know that I have a 14-minute clip already. So there's no way, like, I'm gonna have to, I really need to, like, someone please teach me how to balance writer's life and reader's life and my life all at the same time. Because I'm not doing this well trying to do that. Because I want to do all of the things at the same time, but I can't do as much as I want. Like I could probably listen to my audiobook and do that. I probably could. But I have a physical book that I would like to finish today that, you know, that in my plan, I would have that book finished by today. So hopefully I can start a new book by tomorrow, have that finished by later this week, and then so I have, like I have a plan. Will that plan be executed? Probably not. I hope so, but yeah. So if you do not want to listen to me rant about just my struggles, please do not listen to that because that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel about everything. And I will say, I think part of me feels lonely. Not lonely, but like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I just want somebody that's just like basically a double of me, but it's a different person and it's different personality. Like, it's a different person, but like has the same interests as me. Because like I, of course, I have friends, but like, I know when she probably watches, she'll probably be like, you know, but it's hard for me to make friends, and so I have one best friend that we've been best friends since kindergarten, and besides her, I have friends, but not like more like her. Like everyone says, oh, you have more than one. We're best friends. Like I will say, there was people that I have met over time that like I consider best friends or my friends, and over time we've just like summer. I used to go to summer camp for 2 years straight. I think at one point, and I met friends there, and part of me misses that because, you know, and now I feel like, I don't know. Why did I do this to myself? And me and her are the type of friends that like we can go weeks without talking, and when we can pick like when we talk, like I haven't talked to my best friend since 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, because she was on the way to Disney. Well, she was getting able to go to Disney when I talked to her. She, I don't know, and so like you know, but yeah, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. And I feel like I get this way when I talk about it so much, so I'm like, this is why I don't talk about it. Because I'm like, oh, what's the point? And now I'm just like, now what I want to do is I want to write, but I need to read that book if I want to finish it on time. If I want to finish it by this afternoon, I would probably need to start reading now so I can hopefully finish it. And I need to listen to have a help like to listen to 2 hours of my audiobook. Since it's an 8 hour audiobook, I need to listen. I've already listened to her 30 minutes of it, almost 40 minutes actually. And and it's like part of me thinks like sometimes I always think is it worth it? Is it? Because part of me feels like, you know, I don't know. And then it's like, part of me really wants to delete social media sometimes because I see, and and I really need to like, really need to, and I see all these people, and I know every social media is a highlight rule. Okay, I know that. Everyone tells you to do the highlights. I know that. Okay, like everyone tells me that. I'm aware. But it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm really just gonna get over it and suck it up and get over it. And but yeah, and now after this, he was completely talking about my feelings and about how I feel. So now I'm gonna have to listen to me talk about. That's okay. It's fun. It's fun. It'll be fun. I'll just suck it up and get over it, and hopefully do it the right way today and actually do what I want to do without feeling guilty. Or doing both at the same time in a way that I can do it at the same time. Because I think really, something in the writing realm is like the chapters that I need to write. Like, I think I'm gonna have to replot half the book next draft because of the original conflict. Original conflict, it was supposed to be originally planned out. I resolved it pretty fast. Alright, I resolved it. So now I have to put it on this. And you think, oh, you don't have to not every book has to have a frat breakup. I'm aware. And I'm hoping maybe mine won't even have one at the end. But I really don't have the brain capacity to re-outline the next. Because, like, really, I have, I think, 5 or 6 chapters left to outline. After, like, I'm just trying to. Cause I know everyone has faith in me. It's really just me that I'm my worst enemy. But yeah, so I'm gonna let's actually get into what we're going. So let's start off with the monthly stat like we always do. I read 3 books in June. I read 1,448 pages. 2 of those books were on Kindle Unlimited. I read 1 physical book, and then 2 of those were romance books, and 1 was fantasy. I looked at, we did have a good reading month. Like, I'm looking at this, and we didn't have anything lower than 4. Well, we only read 3 books, but, you know, you know, but yeah. So the first book we finished in the month of June was Fighting Chance by Mads Ralphie. I gave this 4.5 stars. This is the second book in the Ice Hawk series. The first book is called Breaking Point. That book kind of took book talk by storm last year. It was very popular. This is about a female character, Layla. This is a single dad nanny romance. So basically, our male character, Kate. I don't know how to say his name. Kenwin. Kenwin. It's weird. It starts with a K. But he finds out that he has a 3-year-old daughter, that he never knew about, that's living in the orphanage that he used to live in. And basically, he has to learn how to raise her while having he's a hockey player. Like, he has that. Well, there's where Layla comes in. Layla has an autoimmune disease with this, which I will say, and like I said, I have definitely, this book, I think, definitely got to my heart. But the main character in the second book of my series has the same condition that Layla has in Fighting Chance. And, I'm really just, you know, because, and I will say, like, we get to see, I will say, if you like a guy obsessed, this is a book for you, because he has liked her since, like, for over 2 years. Like, he hasn't slept with someone since the day he saw her. And he has it, like, it says, like, if you're really avid, like, if you're a woman that likes to read and your man likes to do book things for you, you should basically read this book, because he does buy the bookshelf for, no, he annotates a book for her. Like he went into a family member and asked her what her favorite book was, and he annotated it to her. Annotated it for her. And I don't know, there were parts that I really enjoyed writing for. I gave it 4.5. And I don't know. I don't know if I want. Some parts I enjoy this better than Breaking Point. The other parts I didn't. So like I didn't. They felt the same, but they didn't. And I was just like, you know, it was a if you. I wish I had chicken wings before you read this book, because of there is, if you live in foster care, if you have to handle abuse, if you have rape, it's like there's a lot of topics in here that if you struggle with, please don't read this book, because it touches a lot on that. But I really enjoyed it. It was really good, so I gave it 4.5. I don't know. I really just need like I need something in between 4.5 and 4.75, because I feel like I liked it better than 4.5, but it feels like it really did hit 4.75. Like I need something in the middle. But yeah. So the next book I finished in the month of June was Fear of Falling by Kaylee Bryant. This is the first book in the Falling series. This is about a female character, Josie. She's a photographer. She works at a magazine. And we have a male main character, Wyatt. He's a hockey player. He just came back from injury, and basically his team is not doing the best, really. Well, there's an incident that happens that they both get stuck in an elevator for like less than a night at least. And after that, and I will say, like, this book is popped up on my social media. Like, I have seen, like, this author promoting all of her books in this series on TikTok. So, and I will say, it started out to be like a 3 to a 4, like 3 star. I mean, the more I read it, the more I started to enjoy it, and I gave it 4 points. I gave it 4. I really enjoy it, and it's really good. Like I will definitely pick up the second book. I think there's 4. I think there's 4 in the series, so I'm hoping that I can, But I will say I like the conflict. I don't know. I feel like I will say it felt like it was needed. Not needed, but like it felt like it could really happen. Like it was something that could happen when you're dating a hockey, like a very popular hockey player. But part of it still felt like she just needed something to conflict. But this book was only 380 pages, so and I've been reading books that are like 400 pages, like over 400. So I was like, But yeah, so And then the last one, I was actually my only physical book, was uh, Dire Bound by Stable. I don't know how to say her last name, but this is the first book in the World of Ruin series. I gave this 4.25. You get to see me how I feel in a future reading blog, and I would say the only reason I picked this up when I bought it was because I saw Emily Rosalind. She rated it, she gave it 5 stars, and I will say this is what I don't really like. So this is basically about a family character. Well, our main character, the play we were in, Miriam. Basically, she doesn't come for anybody. She's in what's the word I'm looking for? Poverty. She lives in poverty with her mom and her sister, and there's bonded elites that like are very high up her. Well, she ends up having to well, her sister gets kidnapped. So basically, to save her sister, she has to basically enlist and complete 4 months of training to go with the bond, like be bonded. And basically, there is werewolf or a werewolf. Werewolf. So if you like those, I will say it took me a while to get into it. I don't know. I think I will say the last 100 pages of this book, it took me. I finished it in one day. Like I literally finished this book yesterday, and I think I read the last 100 pages, and I was in shock because there's another character that's a main, like a very in a very prominent of this book, and he starts out really like and he becomes a very like you'll probably not like him at the end. I at least know I didn't like him at the ending because now she has to like do so, but this made me feel shit. Like the ending and like the last 30, 40 pages made me like blink multiple times when I was reading it, and maybe had to reread, and made me feel like I was going crazy because I was like, what just happened? Like this is not how it's supposed to go. We had a plan. Like something else was supposed to happen, but it didn't. But like this is like how I feel about like I feel like everyone talks about like the last 100 pages of a book, of a fantasy book is usually always the best, and I will say that definitely happened in this book. Like the last 100 pages, before even the last 100, like probably the last 150, maybe 200, literally 100. Really, it was really good. But yeah, so those are all the books that I read in the month of June. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.